Would you believe me if I told you this meatloaf will change your Easter dinner forever? Juicy, tender, packed with flavor, and with a glaze so irresistible, you'll be licking your plate clean. You won't believe the secret ingredient that makes it extra moist, and once you try it this way, you'll never go back. Welcome to Fun Food Stories. If you're looking for a show-stopping Easter dinner idea that's easy to make, foolproof, and guaranteed to impress, you're in the right place. Today we're making the most delicious, juicy, and flavor-packed Easter meatloaf, and trust me, this is no ordinary meatloaf. We're talking about a meatloaf so tender it practically melts in your mouth, coated with a sweet and tangy glaze that caramelizes into perfection. And the best part, this recipe is beginner-friendly, and I'll walk you through every single step so you get it right the first time. But before we dive in, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss a single delicious recipe. And hey, if you love meatloaf as much as I do, give this video a big thumbs up and let me know in the comments, what's your go-to Easter dish? Now let's talk about what makes this Easter meatloaf extra special. First, we're using a blend of meats for maximum juiciness, 1 pound of ground beef and 1 pound of ground pork. This combination gives us the perfect balance of flavor and tenderness. And here's where things get interesting. Instead of using heavy cream or milk like traditional recipes, we're adding 1 cup of plain Greek yogurt. Yes, Greek yogurt. This is our secret ingredient, and let me tell you, it takes this meatloaf to a whole new level. It keeps the meat incredibly moist without making it greasy. Plus it adds a subtle tanginess that enhances all the flavors. And since it's packed with protein, it makes our meatloaf a little bit healthier too. We're also adding some Easter-inspired flavors. A touch of honey for natural sweetness, fresh herbs for that springtime freshness, and a hint of warm spices like nutmeg to give it that cozy, comforting taste. And the glaze, oh the glaze. It's a perfect balance of sweet, tangy, and slightly smoky, made with half a cup of ketchup, 2 tablespoons of honey, 1 tablespoon of Dijon mustard, and 1 tablespoon of apple cider vinegar. This glaze caramelizes beautifully in the oven, creating a sticky, glossy coating that makes every bite irresistible. Are you ready? Let's get started. First, we need to prep our ingredients. Grab a small onion and finely chop it. We want it to almost disappear into the meatloaf, so no big chunks. Next, mince 3 cloves of garlic. Fresh garlic is always best for that bold, aromatic flavor. Now let's talk seasonings. We'll need 1 teaspoon of salt, half a teaspoon of black pepper, 1 teaspoon of smoked paprika for a subtle smokiness, 1 teaspoon of dried oregano, half a teaspoon of thyme, and here's the secret spice, 1/4 teaspoon of ground nutmeg. Just a little bit adds warmth and depth, making this meatloaf perfect for Easter. Now let's mix the meat. In a large mixing bowl, combine 1 pound of ground beef and 1 pound of ground pork. This blend ensures the meatloaf stays moist and flavorful. Add the chopped onion, minced garlic, 1 teaspoon of salt, half a teaspoon of black pepper, 1 teaspoon of smoked paprika, 1 teaspoon of dried oregano, half a teaspoon of thyme, and 1/4 teaspoon of nutmeg. Now, let's add 2 tablespoons of Worcestershire sauce for that deep, umami richness, 1 tablespoon of Dijon mustard for a little kick, and 1/4 cup of ketchup to bring it all together. Now for the magic ingredient, Greek yogurt. Add 1 cup of plain Greek yogurt to the mixture, and this will be the key to making our meatloaf unbelievably tender and moist. Crack in 2 large eggs, which will help bind everything together, and finally, sprinkle in 1 cup of breadcrumbs. Now it's time to mix. Use your hands and gently combine everything. The key here is not to overmix. Overworking the meat can make it dense and tough, and we want this meatloaf to be soft and juicy. Mix just until everything is evenly combined. Next, let's shape our meatloaf. Line a baking sheet with parchment paper and place the meat mixture in the center. Gently form it into a loaf shape, about 2 inches thick. Don't press it down too hard. We want it to hold its shape but stay light and airy. And here's a fun Easter twist. If you want to get creative, you can shape the meatloaf into an oval to resemble an Easter egg, or even make small individual meatloaf nests by shaping mini rounds and pressing a dent in the center. These little details make it even more festive. Now let's make the glaze. In a small bowl, mix half a cup of ketchup, 2 tablespoons of honey, 1 tablespoon of Dijon mustard, and 1 tablespoon of apple cider vinegar. Whisk until smooth. This glaze is what takes the meatloaf to the next level, giving it that glossy, caramelized finish. Brush a generous layer over the meatloaf, reserving some for later. It's time to bake. Place the meatloaf in a preheated oven at 375 degrees Fahrenheit and bake for 45 minutes. After 45 minutes, take it out and brush on another layer of glaze. This builds up that irresistible sticky coating. Pop it back in for another 15 minutes, or until the internal temperature reaches 160 degrees Fahrenheit. If you don't have a thermometer, just check that the juices run clear when you cut into it. Now, the hardest part, waiting. Let the meatloaf rest for 10 minutes before slicing. This step is crucial because if you cut it too soon, all those delicious juices will run out, and we want them to stay inside. Slice it up and serve with classic Easter sides like garlic mashed potatoes, roasted honey glazed carrots, and a fresh spring salad with strawberries and feta. And don't forget the drinks. A refreshing homemade lemonade with fresh mint, a sparkling cranberry punch, or a chilled buttery Chardonnay pairs beautifully with this dish. And there you have it, the most delicious, juicy, and flavorful Easter meatloaf you'll ever make. It's easy, it's foolproof, and it's guaranteed to impress your guests. Now let's talk about leftovers. If you have any meatloaf left, you're in luck because the next day possibilities are endless. Slice it up and make a juicy meatloaf sandwich with melted cheese on a toasted brioche bun. Dice it and toss it into a skillet with crispy potatoes and a fried egg for the ultimate breakfast hash. Or chop it up, mix it with rice, and stuff it into bell peppers for a delicious meatloaf stuffed pepper meal. For storage, keep leftovers in an airtight container in the fridge for up to 4 days, or freeze slices for up to 3 months. To reheat, pop a slice in the oven at 350 degrees Fahrenheit for 10 to 15 minutes, or microwave it with a damp paper towel to keep it moist. Would you try this meatloaf for Easter? Or do you have a secret ingredient you love in meatloaf? Let me know in the comments. And if you love this recipe, don't forget to subscribe, like, and share this video with your friends and family. Your support means the world to me, and I can't wait to bring you even more delicious recipes. Thanks for watching Fun Food Stories, and I'll see you in the next mouth-watering video.